on our tracks. Bravely we proven our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. Not really anticipating too many people today. And when I do that, people show up because the Bronco game's on. So, last I saw, we had the ball and weren't doing very well. So, I'll still watch this year, but not with the enthusiasm that I did. Not only that, but it wouldn't matter where we were at. I got to do this first. Priorities, man. Priorities, right? Sorry, I thought I heard a cat crying out in distress there. So, all right. If you are here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. That would be great. One of those days, a little bit harder to get going on this. Okay. All right. Let's get right into it. Hey, Jerry, good to see you, man. Let me know how the Broncos are doing while I'm doing this. I'm kidding. Unless we score a touchdown. Isn't that usually how it works if you're not watching the games going good? So, yeah, but we're playing Dallas. Maybe I should stop talking about football. That's one thing that God does not do is football. So, oh, that's the other reason why people won't be here, church. That thing people do on Sundays, right? All right. Good orderly direction. It is when we try to make our will conform with God's that we begin to use it rightly. To all of us, this was a most wonderful revelation. Our whole trouble had been the misuse of willpower. We have tried to bombard our problems with it instead of attempting to come into agreement with God's intention for us. To make this increasingly possible is the purpose of AA's 12 steps, and step 3 opens the door. 12 by 12, page 40. Sorry, they took a part right out of the middle, so I'm going to read around it here. Then it is explained that the other steps of AA program can be practiced with success only when step 3 is given a determined and persistent trial. This statement may surprise newcomers who have experienced nothing but constant deflation and growing conviction that human will is of no value whatever. They have become persuaded, and rightly so, that many problems besides alcohol will not yield to a headlong assault powered by the individual alone. Fighting these things will never get you anywhere. It won't get you anywhere. I grew up on Bugs Bunny. He said, fight fire with fire, and that's the wrong solution in this. Yeah, I'm working through some things right now where people aren't treating me right, so I'm figuring out what I need to do in order to do the right thing on my side. Because if you think I'm going to say nothing, you are incorrect. I don't just let people yak and do their crap and not talk about me. No, those days are over. See, as God's child, I get to stand on my own 2 feet. And I bow before no one. No one. Maybe the Pope. Good morning, Jackie. It's good to see you. Right? Take your recovery seriously. Right? Because other people are not going to take your recovery seriously. You're going to have to do that for yourself. And step 3 is a great place to start doing that. And you can do that by putting your will and your life into the care of God's. It's a great place to start. and a tasty way to do it. Going to breakfast commercial cereals there. Right? They have become persuaded, and rightly so, that many problems besides alcohol will not yield to a headlong assault powered by the individual alone. But now it appears that there are certain things which only the individual can do, all by himself, and in the light of his own circumstances, he needs to develop the quality of willingness. When he acquires willingness, he is the only one who can make the decision to exert himself. That is a decision between you and your higher power. It has nothing to do with anybody else. And other people besides your sponsor doesn't even know it's going to be going on. Okay? That is between you and God. That's why they say it is to be given a determined and persistent trial. Take that stubbornness that you have and apply it to this. And be fucking stubborn about it. We're all stubborn. Use it. When he acquires willingness, he's the only one. Trying to do this is an act of his own will. All of the 12 steps require sustained and personal exertion to conform to their principles. And so we trust to God's will, right? So we're talking about the principles here. Do you utilize the principles? Principles are actually pretty easy. Find them and drop the rock. They list them for you. What is the principle for step 3? Probably willingness. Faith is the principle. Once we have come into agreement with these ideas, it is really easy to begin practice of step 3. That agreement is acceptance. Acceptance is an agreement. That's why acceptance is the answer to all your problems. It isn't the answer, is a tool to the answer for the work that you need to do. Okay? Acceptance is not an action. Letting go and letting God is an action. In all times of emotional disturbance or indecision, we can pause, ask for quiet, and in the stillness simply say, God grant me the strength to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thy will, not mine, be done. All right. All I have to do is look back at my past to see where my self-will has led me. I just don't know what's best for me, and I believe my higher power does. God, which I define as good, orderly direction, has never let me down. But I have let myself down quite often. Using my self-will in a situation usually has the same result of forcing the wrong piece into a jigsaw puzzle, exhaustion and frustration. But once you bring God into that, you'll find that piece actually fits pretty easy. Step 3 opens the door to the rest of the program. When I ask God for guidance, I know that whatever happens is the best possible situation. Things are exactly as they are supposed to be, even if they aren't what I want or expect. God does for me what I cannot do for myself, if I let him. Man, listen to all this. Expectations and guidance. And it's a lot, isn't it? So we have to keep it simple. God can, I can't, I think I'll let him. These little sayings that are easy for us to go ahead and let those things go. All right. I had a fear. I had a fear yesterday that brought up my anxiety level a lot. I was having a panic attack, and so I started reaching out to my friends. I got on my phone and sent several people, hey, can you talk? Do you got a second? Because I needed to talk to somebody in the program. This wasn't even something that I could talk about something to my therapist. I don't think she would. She could understand, but she wouldn't get it. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? I'm preaching to the choir here. So, when you're going through trouble, I don't care how much time somebody else has. That doesn't matter to me. In fact, most people I know have less sobriety than me. So what am I supposed to do? Not reach out to my friends because they have less sobriety? I think that's stupid. I think that's just shooting yourself in the foot, right? We're not all sick on the same day, thank God. That's what I have to say about it. Because then there's days that my friends are having a harder time and I help them, and it works back and forth. I have one friend, I told her, I'm like, I need help getting back on track. And she wrote me back today. She's like, well, then let's get that done. So we're going to sit down here probably the next couple of days and get myself some good orderly direction. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to go watch the Bronco game. I guess. I'm not that excited about it. I'll probably end up cleaning. All right, guys. I love you. And I will be back tomorrow for a daily reflection. I love you. Peace out. And have a day. Bye.